Hey guys, welcome to the introduction here to nSights. And I'm going to do a quick walkthrough for you guys, show you the platform a little bit. I'd love to spend a little bit of time with you guys, but I have back-to-back meetings today. We have meetings with the programmers that have already just started, and I will be jumping on with them and cranking this thing out. Super excited right now, but for what we're going through and all the stuff that we're developing. So not going to waste a lot of time. We're going to dive right into nSights. I'll start off by saying this is not the nSights logo. That will be coming, and Corey and Benish and the graphics team are working on that. And what I've seen so far is just beautiful. So got a lot of good stuff going on there. Let's dive into the platform, and I'm going to just give a high-level view of it today because we got some things coming out that we're going to announce right before the launch, and then there's going to be some more stuff that we're going to bring on as we go into Vegas with the platform. As everybody knows, we will be launching the token by the end of this month, and we'll be launching the platform itself in Las Vegas. And so here's a quick look at the platform. I want to kind of start at the top and kind of give you guys an understanding of what we're doing and why we're doing it. When I look at the top of the platform here, we have it where you can set a target dream or dream target for each token. What happens a lot with traders is that we kind of get caught up in the moment of trading and we lose sight of where we really want the market to go or where we really want to begin to cash out. And so with nSights, we don't ever want to lose sight of our target or our goal, right? So we can set a goal for each one. And this is a quick reference view of that goal. I'll go into it more in detail below. But it sets the target for the coin. Like for True Badger here, I got it set for $300 million. Now, that's a huge goal, but these are just, numbers we put in to kind of build the system, right? But it will also tell me what percent of that goal I am at any given time as the market's going up and down. And as I'm collecting or receiving reflection, those percentages will change and keep me on track for that goal. As I go across here, these abbreviations are going to be changed, but this will give you the idea of what the platform is trying to do. At any given moment, we will have many trades going on for each coin. Like, for example, I have a lot of buys and very few sells, but a number of buys for True Badger. And I need to know at any given moment as the market is going up and down, how many or how much of my buys are actually in profit. This gives me this number here. The $750,000 would be the total number of buys that I have in profit. The buys that I did above where the market currently is would show me what is setting currently as a negative number, waiting for the market to go up, or coins that I have accumulated. And then this is the difference between the two. So if for any reason with any coin I was trading with nSights, definitely would not do this with True Badger. But if there was another coin that I was trading with nSights, and I decided I wanted to close out that coin, right? This would tell me what the gross amount that I would receive if I closed everything out. As I go on across here, this is a really important line. This is going to be a newsfeed line, and it will be, it's there for the coin owners, not the token holders, but actually the token owners, the people that launched the coin, to have the ability to communicate with the traders. They can post news, and this will be specific to the coin that you're looking at, but they can post news about their coin. They can post their next AMA. They can keep you up to date on all the information in relationship to their coin. And then for us as nSights or the True Badger ecosystem, right, we can also post information here for you to keep you up to date on what's going on inside the whole True Badger ecosystem. All right, as we go down, all of this is fairly standard stuff. I'm going to dive down into the unique stuff to nSights, okay? And again, we're doing a high level view today. We'll go more and more into detail as time goes on. When we click on trades here, let me get rid of this. When we click on the trades here, this is very similar to what you see on most exchanges. It's just the last trade that took place, and it's kind of a running log of all the trades that are happening. Nothing really unique there. We start getting unique as we go forward here. Here's where you set your target dream. I can set the amount. I can set a target price. This will toggle between percentage and target price. So it gives me a lot of control over the ability to either I want to get out at X% or I want to get out at a target, or I just want to set a dollar amount that I want to get out at, and then it'll set all these numbers automatically for me. Very, very simple to use, very clean. Here is the token that you're currently looking at. When I say looking at, it is the token that's on the chart. So when we look at the token that's on the chart, in this case, True Badger, it tells me how much True Badger I own and what the current value of that True Badger is. That is part of this number up here. Okay, so you see it in two places. This also now tracks your reflection. Very hard for people to track reflection, but this shows the total amount of reflection that you may have received to date, whatever that number is. And this shows you the value of that reflection that you have received. If you sold any of your reflection, and we talk about that in Digi, how, if we needed to sell or we wanted to buy more coins with our reflection, with some of the coins coming out, this is how we track that, right? So this would tell me how much of the reflection of True Badger I've actually sold and what the value was at the time I sold it. This number locks. This number here will go up and down with the market. It stays relevant to the market based on the total amount of reflection you received. This number is an accumulative number here at the top also. So even if you sold some of your reflection, it's still going to tell you the total amount of reflection you have received on this project, which is important to know because you can lose track of what you've received and what you've sold. So this is the total received, this is what you've sold, and this is the delta or the difference between the two. And this is the current value of the reflection that you're holding for that coin. Very, very simple, very clean way to handle reflection and understanding reflection. And if you wanted to trade portion of that reflection, you'd click here. It'll pop up a trade box that I'll show you here in a second. That's pretty clean and pretty straightforward. So that is your stats. That's just kind of an overview of this individual token. We have other stats for all tokens, but this is for the individual token. Let's go to nSights itself. This is kind of a deeper view of your token. When we look at True Badger, total amount you own, the current market value, and this would say 450,000 or some other number. This is just a number the programmers put in for this illustration. But this would be the net after you pay taxes if you were to sell. So lots of times we may want to sell part of it, but we don't know what the net is going to be after we pay all fees. This would give us the net after fees, very clean. Our break even, we're going to look a little bit more into break even here in a second, but we always need to know where our break even point is. And this gives us the current break even. I'll show it to you on the chart in a second, but this is a very, very, very important number that most people don't track or can't track, hard to figure out. It tells me in profit. So when I look at the break even price, everything below break even, as we'll see in a second, is really what's in profit. Everything above my break even price, because I bought it higher than the current market is is actually maybe setting a little negative until the market goes back up and we close those out in profit. So it gives me the tokens that are in profit and the tokens that are not in profit. So what this would mean is that all the tokens that I have currently in profit, if I were to close all of those tokens, I'd be closing $750,000 worth of tokens. And I would still be holding on to my assets that are negative because we accumulate assets and waiting for those to go up in profit and close those if that's what I wanted to do. These two boxes down here are very, very simple to understand. One is your accumulation of assets or the tokens that you bought for True Badger only or whatever token you're looking at. So this gives you all your buys. You'll be able to click on this and it'll bring it up on the chart. You'll be able to see it on the chart, where you bought it, what price you bought it. I'll show you that in a second. And if you sold any, it'll also keep track of that over here, what you sold. So you can see what you bought and sold and actually see it on the chart where you bought and sold it. Pretty clean. All right, here we go. Some of the fun stuff. We're going to change this name from Iceberg orders to hidden orders because most people don't know what an Iceberg order is. Basically, it's a hidden order. What it allows us to do when we click on this is we're able to pop up our trade window box, and we're actually able to put trades at a barrier. We can switch to sells and shift to a target that's way up in profit if we want. It gives us the ability for nSights to track what we want to do in the future, okay? So if the market's dropping and we want to buy and accumulate that asset, we can do that right here based on barriers or anywhere we want to buy on the chart. We can simply say we want to buy a certain amount. The nSights software will track that until the market comes down to that price. And then when it does, it will buy it for you. The reverse of that is true on the sell side. If I wanted to set a 500 or 1,000% profit, I can do that here. And when I say those numbers, they sound kind of unrealistic, but in this market, that's really what we're looking for. We're looking for, not the 5% or 10% like we do in DigiBot or other trading bots. In here, we're in a marketplace that we're looking for 100%, 200, 500, 1,000 or more. And we can set that here and nSights will track that until that target is hit, and then it would sell that for you automatically. When we look at the break even, this is the break even chart. This gray box they got it here on the line, but really it'll show up anywhere on the chart. On the chart, you'll be able to see your trades. If you clicked on this, it would have dots of all your trades. Any dot you selected, this gray box here would pop up and it would give you all of the information about that buy. And so you know how much in profit it is, you know where you bought it at. And if you decide you want to sell that trade, you'd click on that, sell, and then that box that I just had up on the screen would pop back up and you would be able to sell that individual trade. There's some real important things in terms of tax and other things that the reason we're doing it that way. We'll go into more detail in that maybe as we get closer to the launch, but there's a really solid reason why we pick certain trades that we want to close and why we want to track that profitability. So that is our break even. So everything below this line, all the dots, all the trades that will be below this line are the ones that are in profit, okay? Any dots that would be above, if I had bought up here because I thought that the market was going to break, or I just wanted to help the coin and I'm trying to get the coin to break, those dots would be up here. Those would be the ones that would be setting negative or not in profit, like we said a while ago, and versus the ones that are in profit. All right, so that's our break-even chart. See your trades. And this here, the Digi Indicator, that is a surprise. That's something that's coming. And we will probably announce this right before the launch. We're developing this. So this is kind of a top secret little thing here that we don't really want out in the world and out in the market. but we will announce it right before the launch, and we'll tell you guys all about this portion of it, which is really fun. All right, so this is another thing that's really unique to our charts. Lots of times we have situations where there's a sell, and people that are trading, and especially new people, and I think some seasoned traders, when there's a sell-off or a big sell, people get worried, right? They don't quite know how to quantify the meaning of that sell and how does it apply to them. So everything that we're doing here is to give you insights into the intent or meaning of any transaction that's happening on the chart, and the kind of the overall insights into the community, or kind of a monitor of how the community feels about the token, because that's really probably one of the most important things. Am I in a token? Now, I'm not talking about True Badger or nSights here. I'm talking about other tokens that you may be trading, right? Am I in a token that has some long-term viability, or is there things happening behind the scenes that I don't know? And is there a way for me to understand that? Yes, there is. So here we really track what we call the social COT, or commitment of traders. Brendan and I worked on this to really try to give everybody a view of what the overall market is trying to do. So we're looking at, in this view, we'll look at the tokens held. Why is that important? Well, if I can see that on average the tokens are going up and down a little bit, and that's within a range of acceptability, or the tokens are going up in general, even if there's a sell-off or a portion of a sell-off, the market's going down a little bit, but I still see tokens being accumulated because there are tokens being held, right? Then I can still have faith in the token that I'm trading. If I saw a sell-off and then I started seeing a consistent decline in tokens held, right, and I might see a day where tokens drop a little bit and then bounce a little bit, drop a little bit, and then start going back up, great. Still some consistency in the market wanting to trade that token. But if I saw it down, 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 then I may want to look at, a place to liquidate some of my tokens, okay? Total wallets held here. Am I increasing or decreasing in the total wallets, right? And so if I'm increasing in wallets, it's a good sign. More people are coming in to the token that I'm trading. And then the total whales held. What are the whales doing? The guys and gals that may have more connection or more insights, or maybe part of the development team, maybe part of what's going on behind the scenes, right? What are those guys doing? Are they increasing or decreasing? Really solid information for you to be able to kind of get a clear insight into what the market is doing, right? Now we get to the fun. I love this one, okay? The whale tracker, okay? And I'm going to go into this because I think it's important, because a lot of the times the guys that are, or gals that are on the side of holding lots of tokens, sometimes they leave and go do other projects. Okay. And that happened with True Badger, right? So all you guys are in True Badger. We had a sell-off. Well, in that sell-off, the one or two whales that sold off, right? What were the other whales doing? What were the other people that had tons of tokens in this project? What were they doing, right? Because if you can look at what a sell-off is doing, and then what the driving force behind the tokens doing, then you can really get a clear understanding or clear insight into the intent of the coin or the market. So let's talk about that. Let's say we had a whale or two sell off, and let's say that represented 1% of all the whales, okay? And then 84% of the whales were just holding. They weren't buying or selling. They still believed in the token. They were holding the token. But in the sell-off, 15% of the whales went, wow, I get another opportunity to buy, right? So now you got 99% of the whales either buying or holding, right? Versus that 1% that sold that dropped. Now, if you saw that and you go, well, that was a drop, but all the whales are holding or buying, maybe it's a good time for me to buy too, right? And if you thought that, wouldn't it be interesting to know where the whales were actually buying, right? So now you can go up to the chart. If there was a sell-off, you can see a whale buy here. It'll tell you how much the whales bought. If another whale sold, another bought, it'll give you the total insights on the chart to exactly what the whales are doing. Now down here, the last one in this area is this little chart here. This takes all of the whales, all of the tokens, everybody in the coin, and then gives us an understanding of what the overall look of the coin is. So a whale sold off, maybe some people got scared, right? They didn't understand, or they didn't have insights to really be able to understand what was going on. So they sold off too, right? Big mistake if the whales are buying and you're selling, right? And we had some people do that in True Badger, and look at where we are now. A lot of us are up over 100% from the low where we were able to buy, right? Just in that move. So it would be really good to understand that 2% of the market or 2% of this coin is selling, but 98% of the coin is either holding or buying. And I just had this nice drop, and I can see what the real intent of the market is. And guess what? I can join in and make some money, right? So really, really a good way to see that and to understand it. So next thing here is our total insights. This will take all of the tokens that are in your wallet that we're working with or tracking. We'll go more into detail in that in another call, but it'll track all your tokens, what the total profitability of all the tokens are. And then this section over here will track those tokens in your wallet for a very quick view of their market cap, their circulation, their daily trades, were they up or down yesterday? So you don't have to go out to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and other places to look at or look for things. Now, I'm going to leave you with this, okay? And we're going to go more in detail on this next time, because this is probably one of the biggest sections that Peter's been talking about and that we feel is extremely, extremely important. It's vetting. I won't go into that today, but there's going to be a huge section on vetting. Then our normal token information will be here. And then AMAs. You'll be able to track all the news for the token and the AMAs right here. You won't have to go out to Telegram. You won't have to go out to anywhere. If a coin owner, the ones that started the coin, want to send you news, they can do it right here. If they want to announce an AMA, they can do it right here. You'll see all the AMAs for that coin. And you'll be able, if they link past recordings of AMAs, you'll be able to go review all of those right here without ever leaving your trading dashboard. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to come, and there's a lot being developed. So I'm going to leave a little bit for you guys to look forward to right before the launch so that I can announce some more exciting stuff. But I just wanted to really give you just a high-end, quick view of it and let you know, guys, this is going to be an amazing tool. And after the launch, I'll get into the tokenomics of it. That's where I'm going right now to meet with the blockchain programmers and Abbas and his team. But what we're developing there, guys, is mind-blowing and super excited about that. So I also want to be clear. There's a lot of hacks and scams out there. Now that the nSights name is out there, they'll go on and they'll put on a coin on Pancake Swap and act like they're nSights, and we're expecting that. Do not fall prey to those people, right? The only coin, the only address that will be real will be the one we announce and give you. Do not go out and use anybody else's. We're already experiencing that in other areas. We just need to be smarter and sharper than the hacks, okay? That's it. Peter, back to you, brother. Mr. Corey.
Hey, Doug. Wow. Unfrickin' believable. That's all I got to say, man. I was, right when you were talking, Doug, if you want to stop sharing for a second, I'm going to give some instructions. Brendan, Doug, nSights, thank you so much. I was literally on the phone. I keep getting calls right now going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Is this launched? How do we get in? This is crazy. The messages are just flowing in. So this is good stuff, beyond good stuff. I said yesterday in the Telegram chat that if you haven't packed your bags for a True Badger yet, you might want to pack your bags. You might want to, fill it up and do what you got to do. Because what we have, I know not everybody gets to see behind the curtains and gets to see the development of things. And, that's part of the mystery. That's part of the excitement. But telling everybody, you guys know when I get my spidey senses and I deliver my spidey senses to the Telegram, that means there's something good coming. And I know you guys are in the same feeling that I am right now. Like, can we launch this tomorrow? I said, Doug said, do you have any questions to the staff yesterday? I said, yes. Can we launch this tomorrow? Unbelievable, Doug. Thank you so much. And Brendan, and thank you to the team for what you guys have developed, what you've showed so far. This was only just a sliver, a tease, if you will. Guys, the tokenomics, the white paper, all of that is coming in its due process and will be revealed in its time. Guys, the 29th out there in YouTube land, the 29th, 1 p.m. PDT, this token is going to launch. We're going to release the platform in Las Vegas at our live event, October 14th, 15th. Get your tickets if you have not yet. The True Badger event is on the 16th. The DigiBot, which we're going to go through all of this, guys, is on the 14th, 15th. Make it a weekend in Vegas. Meet everyone. You guys have, if you haven't heard, there's going to be digital assets being given out at the event, airdrops, craziness, dancing, fun. But guys, just beyond, we're going to stay tuned to Telegram, stay tuned to the information on Twitter, our social media. Remember, only get contract addresses and information from the source, from our website, from our Telegram. That's the safe place. There's no launch after this. I know Doug had to go. He's got a meeting with the programmers. Guys, Peter, if you wanted to add anything, I know we're going to stop this live, guys, and we're going to move over to our burn party that starts right now. Peter, take it away.
All I can say is, wow. I mean, there's nothing like it on the market right now. These are the most difficult, can be the most profitable if you know what you're doing, but 99.999999% of the people don't know what they're doing. So that leaves a very small group. nSights is going to make it where you can be in that very small group because it's going to give you the ability to make smart decisions and to be able to profit from this DeFi movement that's taking place. Along with that, in the True Badger ecosystem that we're building, guys, it's going to be exciting to watch the wealth that'll be created and built over the next 6 to 12 months. And then, of course, bear market, bull market, if you can make the right decisions, you can set yourself up for success, because this is the biggest economic switch growth in the entire history of mankind at this point. I'm not saying it might be, it is. The blockchain cryptocurrency is the biggest transfer and wealth building thing in the world, especially if we do our part as individuals. And that is sharing with friends and family. I got to tell you guys, you have a unique situation right here. Most of the time, if you went to Uncle Charlie or Aunt Jane or Mary, Susan, whoever, and you say, hey, you need to get into crypto, you have to worry about, will they get themselves in trouble doing it themselves? And I think this is one of the parts that we're missing a little bit here as True Badger holders. You guys, a lot of you were walked through on a computer and they showed you how to set up your wallet. They showed you how to do this. Well, guess what? We are going to help Aunt Jane. We're willing to help Uncle Johnny, Tom, Bob, Mary. Now we're doing it right now. What we'll be able to do down the road is, who knows, right? But right now we can. And that's why it's an obligation, I believe, to each and every single person here. You have True Badger. You have it in your wallet. You have a chance to get into nSights on the 29th. That chance to be in on day one is going to pass by. If you do not talk to Aunt Nancy and Uncle Johnny and Tom and Bob right away about this and get them on a webinar to get them through the process, I don't know. I think if I was you and you were my nephew or niece, I'd disown you. That's that simple, right? I'd be like, no, they knew about this beforehand. They didn't tell me about it. I'm disowning them. You're not my family anymore. Get the heck out of here.